All right, well, that was some technical errors like I've never experienced before. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another stream. This is the third time me pushing go tonight, and had some catastrophic failures as the stream was trying to launch. But we're live and we're working and everything looks great now. The audio's good, everything's working, bloody brilliant. So tonight, I'm going to weld this R32 catch can. This is a raw finish tank. Where am I showing this? Over here. Let's go over to this guy. So raw finish tank, it's all tacked up, and I've just burnished it with a flat burnishing machine to try and get a fairly consistent finish on it. And I'm going to try to weld it up and keep it as a raw finish. I haven't offered raw finish for years now because of the quality of aluminium that I'm always dealing with. So trying to find some methods to be able to keep the aluminium in a consistent finish. So this is the first time testing out a burnishing tool. So I'm going to be welding it on some aluminium. The goal is to keep a bit of a buffer underneath it to try and stop it from being scratched. And if this is successful, which I'm pretty sure it will be, I will come up with a bolt-on earth or something, some sort of method to be able to earth the catch can. And then I'll be able to set it on a piece of wood or some rubber, most likely some plywood. And then the catch can will be earthed. So nice and clean, and we'll get into it. So a couple of upgrades to the stream today, which I think will predominantly go unnoticed, but I'm hoping, aside from the failure to launch today, that it will actually give me a better broadcast. So last night we lost a lot of frames. It didn't actually affect the stream, but it still feel like I'm carving out new ground with a AC welding stream. But so what I've done today is I have upgraded the processing of the output of the stream to run through the GPU instead of the CPU. So I was putting a ton less strain on my computer, and should be really nice encoding. And even though I'm only broadcasting at 720p, it should look pretty nice, I hope, especially with this Sigma 16 lens on the main camera. The other thing I've done is I have installed an audio encoder, and I'm hoping that will cut down the big fan I've got in the background and the welder noise. But I wasn't able to actually test that today. But the audio sounds good to me right now, so that's really just the technicalities of trying to figure out how to successfully broadcast welding. Some other things like moving the hardware around within the shop. Put a You can just see it in the corner of the screen there. I've put a piece of plywood between the computer, and I still have the sheet of carbon fiber blocking the computer case as well. And I've moved this camera down here. It was getting some huge dropouts last night, so hopefully I've solved that, but we will see. And this camera here, I've just fitted to an old hydraulic monitor arm to try and be able to move it around a bit quicker. There was a lot of fumbling last night, so that's all the technical stuff out of the way rather. Let me just set this camera up so you guys can see the welder screen there. And I am over here in the process of moving the shop around as well, so there's been a few changes in the back corner, but nothing really exciting. So as always, I'll start the night with a fresh piece of tungsten. I got some 2.4mm, 2% lanthanated tungsten, which I was grinding while the screen countdown was on the first attempt of the stream going live. 4mm stick out, and I am just going to roll that on this setting here. So basically all this setting is 5% on the AC balance and just 150 hertz. Nothing super fancy about the setting. And I just have this big block of brass that I'll ball the tungsten on. My apologies for the noise. So first things first, I'm going to travel up this seam. I'm actually going to prop the can up and travel in this direction. Let's see if you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. So traveling up this seam here, pop you in focus and put your welding hood on, and off we go. Before I get into that, I will be welding this seam on a pulse setting, and this is going to be -28 on the AC balance, 120 hertz with a 60% on time and a 1 second pulse. And this profile is on 150 max amps. We'll see what that averages out to. And we really are off to a beautiful start on this can. I hope it is setting the tone for the rest of the world. So that focus you guys there. That was a really nice, clean join. This catch can is a really good fit up, an exceptionally good fit up. In fact, the only thing that I am a little bit concerned about is getting some arcing on the catch can. It can be sort of a downside from using aluminium foil as a protective layer. So I will try and keep my third hand on the product wherever I can. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and weld this curve here. So basically, it's a three-stage curve. So it is a curve in this direction and then has two angles on it as well. I will swap out to a curved prop tonight. If I can remember where I put my props. G'day, Chris. How's it going tonight? The downside with putting my third hand on the part is I run the risk of scratching it. He says as he slides it down the part. So we're looking good. Let's get into it. This is going to be on my standard welding profile. So this will be profile number 1. So 120 hertz, which we're running last night with great success. Negative 28 on the AC balance. Square wave and 105 max amps on the pedal. It is hot and muggy, and it's when it's 2 days in a row, it's especially tough for me. Super sweaty. We've had some electricity problems at home as well, so there's been no fan in the bedroom, which has been pretty shitty too. But we'll just power on, eh? So it looks like that welding camera dropped out. Hopefully we can get it back. Doesn't look like it wants to come back. Still have this camera, which is surprising. If we can get him, I think it might be a capture card issue. Oh, that's maybe promising. Might come back, might not come back. It's another troubleshooting with Atom stream. Right, one more thing and then we'll give up on it. There we go. I love how when I test the stream, nothing goes wrong, and then when it's live, I guess that's just life, isn't it? All right, put your welding hood back on. And we're just going to travel up this curve now. All right, and just got a little bit of movement in that panel as I was coming up. So I'm just going to tap that back into place. Try and be mindful not to move the part around to scratch it up. All right, looked like it was out of frame there, but my focus tonight is to weld a perfect catch can more so than anything else. But we got some really good welds on that pass. Really beautiful welds going around there. It did start to pull open on me as I went up the side there, but I managed to fill the holes as I went. Yeah, that looks really nice. I might move around to the top now. Swapping back over to a straight prop for the rest of the tank. I want to be super mindful not to melt my gloves onto it as well. Tends to happen with these crappy gloves. Looks like I got a little bit of warpage just up there and a little bit just there, but other than that, it looks really good. I do have a bit of pulling. Where's the best place to show you? So just in this corner here, I've put an additional tack there, but I did have a little bit of pulling there where it was just slightly off 90, that fold, and I pulled it around as I tacked it together. So I also need to be mindful that it doesn't open up when I weld around that gap there. But I'm going to start in this corner back here and work my way around the top. I will be adding chill blocks as I go, but I'm going to get this back section done without chill blocks, and then we'll chuck a chill block on as we go. So I'm going to do this in one pass unless there's camera failure or something. Just to this front corner up here. Looks like we just lost that camera again. Unfortunately, see if I can quickly fix it for you guys. It's something to do with the USB port on the computer. Definitely look into it before the next stream. Put your welding helmet on and let's get into it. Seems like I can't stop that camera from dropping out. Sucks a little bit, but I don't quite know what to do quickly to keep you guys seeing what I'm doing. Fortunately, it does reset every time I try and reset it. The only thing I can think of is, the only thing that's different is I've added this arm. I've added this arm instead of the prop I had previously. Do some troubleshooting behind the scenes here. I'm still very confident by stream 100 we will have all these technical issues figured out. But for the time being, this is what we have to deal with. So I've put ferrites on all of the cables except the power cable to this camera, because the power cable is only just run, still on. But I think it might be a capture card issue in the back of the computer. We'll see. But this is just part welding stream, part troubleshooting stream, and I'm okay with that. So this curve weld turned out great. Usual pitfalls of where the baffle ties in and around the holes, like all the meat inside the tank, and the thinness of that top plate, but got a really nice weld on that. Go across this small section now, and we'll keep this chill block on. I'm just using the aluminium foil, the alfoil, because it's conductive and is soft on the brushed metal. check. That I must have leant against the off button on the receiver in my pocket. I definitely got audio now. I don't know how long you lost audio, but you didn't miss anything interesting. I didn't even notice that I couldn't hear audio, and now that it's back, I can notice that it's back. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. Or it's a flat battery, which is seems more likely. I'm pretty sure I can charge it while I use it. If not, I don't have plan B for audio, unfortunately. I normally charge them during the day, but not today, evidently. Right, let's weld these seams up and we'll see if we've got audio when we're done. Okay, looks like everything is still working as it should, which is awesome. Yeah, I just got to remember not to walk away because I've put the microphone in a drawer now. All right, so far I am super stoked on how this catch can is coming along. We just have the 3 sides on the bottom and the side across the top to weld. And you guys can So we're going to weld across the bottom here, and then I'll reset you up while we do this long side. Just put your welding helmet on. Which is just going to be a tack in the corner and then a weld across the top. Okay, we've got a great weld that you can't see. Real successful, great weld along the bottom there. And I'm going to keep it at this angle as I travel down this seam here. Get you guys in focus. There, put your welding helmet on, and let's get it done. Yeah, I'm super happy with how this one's turning out. I really want to add raw finish tanks to my lineup. I do like the powder coated finish. I like the amount of control that I have over the end result, but I do get a lot of people asking for raw finish, and Not something that I want out in the wild when I can't guarantee that it's going to have a nice finish. So if this burnishing turns out well, which it looks like it has, this will be the go. But it does put a lot more pressure on when fabbing it up and welding it, of course. But final weld to go. Not final weld, we've still got another seam at the rear to go. We'll get this face done. There is a fair bit of heat in the part, but I'm just going to power through the front, and we'll get onto that weld at the back, and we'll have a look at how we ended up. I wish I used the other screen just then to see what the welder was sitting at. I was using about half foot pedal because there was already a fair bit of heat in the part. So I'm just curious on the amperage difference. It's probably not as pronounced as I think it is. No, it's definitely not. It felt like I was using way less of the pedal. But where are you guys? You're here. Got a really nice weld across the front there. And it turned out really nice there. So just got this seam at the back. Stand the can up. Now, won't melt my gloves to it. Focus. I'll put your welding helmet on. And let's get it done. We got it. I'm just going to cool it off a little bit, and then we'll take a look at it. Okie dokie. Oh, remember I'm tethered to a drawer. All right, so that didn't take too long. Where are we? We're an hour and 3 minutes in. Fair bit of that was stuffing around with the stream. Let's get on to the looking camera. Okay, find your focus there. So the top is really what I care about the most. And that turned out really great. We'll just flip him up quickly. Try not to scratch him or disrupt him. But the bottom looks really good as well. Particularly happy with this seam and the weld on the curve there. They turned out really nice, and it's a really nice contrast between that brush finish and the shiny 5356. I imagine some 4043 would look nice on a raw finish as well, but I would never do it in case somebody wanted to anodize their catch can or something. So that's it. That's the finished product. Let me grab a regular one. Just to show the difference. Whoa, now we dropped that. So there's a side-by-side of the burnished finish and just the raw aluminium. So this catch can here is laser cut. So that's the parts that I've been getting from my laser cutter. And on the bottom here is a tumbled part, which looks all scratched up. Big difference. The weld quality is really similar, obviously, but I'm super happy with that. Before the end of the week, I'll get some brackets on it. I'll get some dash 10 fittings on it. And we'll offer this one up on the website and see how much interest there is for raw finish on future products. And good to see that the stream bot is doing its job, blocking blocking the links there. All good things. So that's it. That's the stream for tonight. I wanted it to just be a quick one, and I really wanted to get home, but I didn't want to miss the stream today. I'm really on a roll with getting them consistent, and I really didn't want to break that streak. So what's my question? I don't think I have a question tonight. I think I just really want to thank the support. I had some massive hiccups trying to get the stream launched tonight. Having it crash and relaunch 3 times. So I think a lot of the links that I put out for people to come find me don't work anymore. I know what the problem was, and I think I know how to avoid it in the future. All in all, we had a pretty successful stream from a technical point of view. Super happy with how the product turned out, and I think the whole setup's starting to work really well. Chris, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I think having you here really it really makes it for me, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, all the birthday festivities have been moved to tomorrow night. There were some hassles with my wife's work today, so there probably won't be a stream tomorrow. If there is, I've got an idea for a quick little sort of 5:30, 10-minute, 15-minute stream, again, to keep that streak alive. So I might try and set that up. It won't be a welding stream, but we'll see how we go tomorrow. Also, my replacement spindle for my CNC is supposed to arrive tomorrow too, so there might be something in that I can broadcast too. But yeah, anyway, Chris, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It truly means the world. Everybody who popped by or didn't pop by or catches the VOD after this is live, you guys rock as well. I really appreciate you supporting my stuff. I've been getting some wonderful private messages and Instagram messages about what I'm trying to achieve here, and it really fuels me to keep this going and to try and make it a regular thing for people. That's it. Thank you, everybody. I never know how to end these things. I think I might get like a little out jingle or something. At least I can hit a button and have a visual goodbye rather than me waffle trying to find the words. But I'll probably see you all tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Thursday, Friday, whatever day. Have a good night, everyone.